Hey guys, what's up? It's CPS Noob here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to garbage legit. So initially I thought there were a lot of garbage tutorials online already. However, my fans in my Discord kept asking me to make one, and I was confused in the beginning. But when I actually searched it up, I noticed that not a lot of tutorials have hand cam, clicking sound, or clear explanation. So yeah, here I am, uploading another garbaging tutorial. I hope this one will make a difference. So first of all, you will need to be able to drag click in the first place in order to do the things that I'm gonna be mentioning in this video. So if you don't know how to drag click yet, make sure to watch my drag clicking tutorial, link in the description. So one of the most important thing about garbaging is consistency. By that, I meant that you need to be familiar with drag clicking while not affecting your aim. So, for example, like this. So as you can see, I can short drag click consistently without moving my aim too much. And you will need to be able to do that in the first place before you garbage, because for drag clicking, for garbaging, you need to be able to short drag click multiple times without moving your mouse. You need to be able to do that because almost 90% of legit garbagers, they can't or they don't adjust their aim while they're garbaging. So yeah, you need to make sure that when you drag click, your aim doesn't move. So after that, you need to press F3, and so many people who can garbage had the problem of walking off while garbaging because they're not walking in a straight line while they're garbaging. So when they bridge too far, they would just fall. And for most garbagers, as I mentioned earlier, they don't adjust their aims while they're garbaging. So in order to prevent that, you need to look at the numbers that indicate where you're facing, which I am going to be highlighting on the video. So the two numbers you'll need to remember are 135.0 and 45.0. And they could be negative depending on the direction you're facing. So right now, I am facing negative. I am facing negative 135, and then in this direction it's also 135. But if I do this, that's gonna be negative 45. And if you're going this way, that's gonna be positive 45, and so on. So basically, these are the places where you're supposed to face when you're garbaging. That should solve the problem of walking off while garbaging, unless your aim is affected by other factors such as the one I mentioned earlier about consistent short drag clicking. So at this point, you might be thinking that if you need to always aim at the perfect place for garbaging, wouldn't it take too much time, and wouldn't it give you a disadvantage in Bed Wars? So basically, this is where I use my crosshair. So in an actual game of Bed Wars, I kind of just aim, line up my crosshair with the edge of the block, and then I'll just start garbaging. Because obviously in most Bed Wars maps, you don't need to garbage in super long distance. So basically, you don't need to aim at exactly at 135 or 45. It could be off by a little bit, but not too much. But unless if you're going in super long distance, then you can aim at that place. So the way how I get it is I go to bedline settings, and then I search up crosshairs and go there, select arrow, and then you want to make sure the width and height are the same. That's gonna be how you can get this little reversed V shape. And yeah, it could be off, it could be shorter by a little. Oh wait, I just got kicked. Okay, so it could be off by a little bit like that, but just know that the two needs to line up. I personally prefer 2.5, but yeah, it really depends on you. And the rest you can, just mess around the colors, the thickness, and the gap. All right. So after that, I personally recommend 12 to 16 CPS short drag hooking if you want to achieve consistent gobbridging, or you could be a guided timing and gobbridge with 5 CPS. So next up is about the rhythm of gobbridging. It's basically the same until you jump. So I personally bridge 7 blocks and I jump at the 8th block. Normally you can bridge 8 blocks and jump at the 9th block, but for some reason I found myself to be more consistent with 7 blocks because I fall off a lot at the 8th block. But it is different for everyone. I recommend jumping every 6 to 8 blocks because if you jump before or after that, it will be very difficult. There are 2 methods I know that people use at the jump. So the first one is the semi-long drag clicking method. So basically at the jump, you drag click a little bit longer than usual and then return to the normal rhythm as you land on the block. So like this. And I got kicked again. And another one is the pause method. So basically you drag click for the same length every time, but at the jump you pause for less than a second before drag clicking. So for example, okay, the clips aren't looped. I don't know, somehow I got the same time, but yeah, just That basically concludes this tutorial. If you need more gobbridging clips in order to get used to the gobbridging rhythm, just keep watching the video. Also, if you have any questions, please message me on Discord and also join my Discord server and enjoy the video. just a little extra thing. Uh, some people accusated me saying that I binded my right click with the scroll. That's how I did the rainbow bridging. That's how I, like, you know, when I drag click and then like the block just changes. But what I'm actually doing is that I am using my index to scroll as I drag click like this. So I didn't bind, or I didn't use like any macros or like other blacklisted modifications. I think he just didn't see it. I should have done like more hand cams, so I apologize for that. So yeah, just for clarification. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next videos. Peace out.